That's one bad thing that Twitter in these last couple years did to it made a lot of us a little bit self-righteous, only because the world got so insane, and it took me a while to realize pointing out someone's hypocrisy and insanity doesn't really matter to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, if you point out like
they want blood.
We don't want to numb yourself to this insanity, but you also don't want to be like freaking out
constantly yelling about it. Yeah. But also, like, you realize if you point out like this guy said this and now he's doing this, and it took me a while to realize that's what's appealing about that person, is that they're completely lying about whatever they're doing and still getting away with it. That's a form of power.
Yeah.
Is to go like, yeah, this person should be condemned for this. You're doing the same thing. Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know I'm doing the same thing, and it doesn't affect me. Like, there is a appeal to that in a lot of people.
Oh,
and and you can't, if you get wound up by that, you're the butt of the joke. You're the dean in Animal House, getting wound up by that shit.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It is kind of cool how a lot of the conservatives and a lot of the like far right, like the racist, took the National Lampoon, Onion, alt comedy, ironic racism playbook and just used it to become the rebels that are making everyone go, oh my God, what is going? You know what I mean? It's that. It's weird how everyone switched places.
I really did. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I got wound up in that shit, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of hate for a while. How did you handle that? I'm too much of a sensitive queef. I would panic.
It's one thing you were saying earlier about a lot of the hate that you get online. You're like, oh, this isn't real. You never meet them in real life.
Sure.
And also you realize, oh, there's some things that they were going to hate you anyway, or they already hated you, and you just gave them an excuse. They can now always people always bring up Chappelle to me because I wrote that thing about and again, the thing that I wrote, and I did post a really douchey picture of me writing thing that I was going to post, which was so fucking douchey. It's like Mr. Poetryville sitting there writing.
Well, when you're in the eye of the storm, you're like, something out.
I'm like, the fuck do I do? So, but if you read the thing I wrote, I'm like, Dave Chappelle's fucking brilliant. I came up with him. He's a friend.
Yep.
But we disagree on this one fucking thing. I don't agree with his stance on this one thing. Comedians fight about shit all the time.
Do you think he's transphobic, or do you think the jokes are just like...
I thought the jokes were lazy.
Okay, yeah.
I thought the jokes were lazy. I don't think he's transphobic. I think he was
I don't think so either.
reacting to some things that happened to him when he was young. And people can, look... I've said plenty of shit on my early albums that I know better. You know what I mean? Trust me.
Some comedy doesn't age well. I was listening to some comedy I loved 15 years ago, and I was like, oh, it sounds a little weird now. I still think it's funny. It just sounds a little weird now.
But also, we got
But that's okay.
It's okay.
We signed up we said yes to one of the most ephemeral art forms in existence, comedy. It doesn't age. We should accept that and kind of roll with it. But at the time, because I have a lot of friends, I have family members who are trans, who are transitioning, and I talk to them, and they're fucking terrified right now.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same thing to me back when black people would say the cops beat us up all the time, and everyone's like, oh, this is all bullshit. This is fear-mongering. And then we put cameras on cops, and lo and behold, there's footage of cops beating the fuck out of, listen to the minority group. If they're telling you they're scared, they're not making shit up, you know? And so when I said that, then people were like, this mother, even now, trust me, when you post clips of this, I guarantee you there'll be people going, are you still gonna throw
that's what I'm
Chappelle
saying.
into the bus?
It never ends.
It is funny because someone was telling me the other day that the movie Rush Hour now has a warning, disclaimer up top. We were talking about
these jokes are a little outdated or something like that. But it's a funny movie.
Yeah. And by the way, you can totally... I don't know why.
Why is comedy the only thing that we need that for, though? Because if it was a drama, they wouldn't be like, hey, this is kind of fucked up, right?
You know why? Because clearly all those years, listen, we wished on a monkey's paw. All those years that we were working as comedians, we were like, you guys are just fucking clowns. And we're like, I wish people would take my shit seriously. Well, guess what? Now they are.
Yeah.
Comedy does. Clearly, comedy has fucking weight. And we're like, oh, shit, why did we wish for that?
Yeah.
But it does have weight, and it does clearly affect people. And
But why do you think it is?
I'm a big fan of. I really agree with like Anthony Jeselnik when people are talking about you should be able to say fuck in anything and not have it. He's like, no, you should find a way to get away with shit.
Make it funny.
No one is.
I agree
you just
too.
Find a way to make it.
No
funny.
one says that in any other form of entertainment. No one's like, you should be able to make it. No, make it good. Like Tarantino makes crazy shit, but it's great.
But it's
you
great.
You should strive for that. I think I agree.
Yeah, I mean, everyone that goes, you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today. They forget that what Mel Brooks said. I couldn't make Blazing Saddles then. I had to find a way to sneak it through.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to make it. They read the script and went, this is horrible. We're not making
is that
this.
Right?
The people fucking hated it.
So how did he do it? How did he pull it off? And then everybody loved it.
Because he's Mel Brooks and he is a...
I mean, the producers is irreverent. The producers
Jesus
is incredible.
God.
I mean, it's
it's Springtime for Hitler. 20 years after the Holocaust.
Yeah.
20 years after the Holocaust, and one of the funniest characters in the movie is a goddamn Nazi.
Yes.
The playwright gets big laughs. So you're like, there's always a way, but to just go, you should be able to say it like, look, there's
no, that's why we tour. That's why we hone. You gotta drudge it through the mud, man.
Yeah, but you gotta let us work it out too.
But yeah, let us work it out.
Or it'll never be funny.
Right.
But also, yes, let us work it out. But if you're a comedian and enough people are saying, hey, this is really, I'm coming to you because I'm not a scold. I'm just like, this is really harmful, and this is why. I just go, I'm sure I can find another way to say this, or there's a way to, like, I'm a comedian. You can't go, no, that's the way I wrote it, and I can't change it. Well, then how the fuck are you in showbiz?
I guess the difference is, like, we kind of focus test our material throughout the country, whereas like you're a filmmaker, you're just like, here it is.
Put it out.
Yeah.
I guess some people will focus test their stuff, but like, yeah.
Trust me, there was still shit that was cut out of Blazing Saddles, and there was some shit he put in on purpose for the studio to go, take that out so that he could get the thing that he wanted. The scene when Lily Von Stupp is with Sheriff Bart, and she goes, is it true what they say about you guys? And then you hear the zipper unzip, and then she goes, oh, it's true, it's true, it's true. And then the line they cut out was, Cleveland Little goes, you're sucking on my arm.
Yeah.
And they made them take that out, but he got to keep all the other stuff he wanted.
I heard him, I think he told that story on Fresh Airs, and I was like, holy shit, what a fucking...
That's a funny line.
That's a great joke.
Oh, yeah. But he...
It's a bummer that line didn't get in. It's
I know,
a great line.
Yeah, not about a dick.
Perfect line.
Yeah. But we have to remember, though, because we go, you can't make these movies anymore, or the joke can be offensive, but it has to be funny. But also, just because people get offended doesn't mean they're right either.
That's true.
We have to find... We've lost the, hey, can we all take a breath and find a balance here rather than it's all this way or it's all that way? Does it all have to be scorched fucking earth?
Exactly.
Can I...
You can be offended, that's okay.
Can I love Dave Chappelle, and I truly do, but go, those jokes, I'm not crazy about those jokes.
But also,
though.
not everyone's going to bat 1,000 on all their topics either. I mean, that's the thing, is I think intent and consistency are so important.
Exactly.
And there's comedians I love, and I'm like, I disagree with that, but I'm still laughing. That is the power
of
the
end of the world.
Or not even, Listen, Nick DiPaolo and I think agree on nothing, and but he has made me laugh and continues to make me laugh. He's a fucking good comic.
He has some great jokes.
Opinions that I don't agree with, but a lot of the ways he does, I'm like, shit, that's fucking all right.
And it's important to keep those people in your life, I think.
Yes.
Or else you're living in an echo chamber.
Right.
And I get bored when I'm with people who only agree with me. I really do.
That's the other thing about...
That's why I hang out with a lot of Nazis in my spare time. I like to mix it up.
Yeah. Well, they're very clean.
Good to be here.
They're very clean. That's the other thing about the Chappelle thing that I realized wasn't... It's like, from an outsider's point of view, comedians fight with each other all the time. We fight about stuff. We fight about material. We argue about material. That's how our material gets good. Yeah. There's nothing makes you funnier than when you're sitting around and your friends are busting your balls going, you're really doing that? Come on, man. Like, that's so... Yeah. But to an outsider, it's like, fuck, they hate each other. It's like, no, that's what we do. They're all feuding. The time. Yeah. We're not feuding with anybody. We don't... That's how we do that. That scene in... the Jerry Seinfeld documentary where he's trying to make the joke work about think tanks.
Yes.
And he can... And I was so amazed that he puts footage in a documentary about himself where jokes weren't working.
Yeah.
Like he's showing you the process of, these jokes don't come out of books. We have to take them up and keep working them until they work. And then he's sitting at the olive tree, I think with George Wallace and Colin Quinn. And George Wallace finally goes, he's like, Jeffrey's like, how does someone get fired from a think tank? That's the joke, and I can't find it. And then George Wallace goes, man, Kenny, sometimes you don't think.
Yeah.
And you see Jerry's face like he sees the whole bit.
Right.
Because George gives it to him. There's always, I think we're coming out of the whole online outrage bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think it'll kind of calm down a little bit in the middle, but I don't mind. Hang on. Ooh, I hope that. I wonder if that's being picked up. But yeah, I don't mind when my dopey shit is going to be like, the internet's forever. I'm like, yeah, I've done some stupid shit, and now it's on the internet.
It's a joke. It's a zinger.
I tweeted something stupid. I was trying for a joke. It didn't work.
And what am I supposed to do? Like, Eddie Murphy said this and that. You're like, yeah, it's over. What do you want? Should he go back in time? It's done. Yeah. It's on a record.
But also people that say that shitty stuff now and go, well, Eddie Murphy did it back in 85. Yeah, and he has grown since then and gone, yeah, I didn't know any better. You can't draw your line in the sand in something that someone has already grown out of and go, I'm being a First Amendment warrior. No, you're just doing hacky shit.
It's like going, milk was 11 cents back then. Now it's not. You're like, yeah, it was different then. Things were different.
But also it's to what you're saying, that people are taking comedy more seriously. And shocker, we're not infallible.
No, my God.
No.
Not only are we not infallible, the thing that makes us so entertaining is that we're fucking train wrecks. Like, we're messes.
Let us be train wrecks.
That's why we got into this. We say stupid shit.
Right.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, it's going to be really interesting someone will write the book about all the online outrage and all the shit that
There's
people,
already some out there. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I've told you this before, but people pick and choose. I did a joke where I said retard, and a lady comes up to me on the merch table, and she goes, you shouldn't say that word. I have a niece with Down syndrome. And I go, what'd you think about the Holocaust stuff? She goes, that was great. So,
that happened to me in a show, too. A similar Holocaust thing. A woman was offended that I was making fun of crystals. And she was like, and I was like, I literally was doing Hitler material 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but pick and choose.
Same shit.
And it's like you were saying, why rappers say crazy shit, but no one really seems to care, but they care when you say it.
Yeah, but there's a certain type of people who's getting offended, and they think that we're going to react differently.
Yeah,
which is like kind of racist to begin with.
In the words of Adam Carolla, PETA never goes to the players' ball. It's all fur coats, but they never go there and throw the paint because some shit might go down.